Well, howdy everyone, it's Mark from Groupable again, and we're continuing our onboarding series for new organizations. And in this video, I'm going to kind of talk about the different kind of users we have in our system and the different roles they play in that system. So the big thing is that we have different types of users based upon what your level in the organization is, what your assigned duties are, maybe what office you hold, different things like that determine what you can do. So the big one is that we have the structure of your organization. I'm just going to review that from our prior videos that we've done. We've got the parent group. Under the parent groups, we've got regions. Under the regions, we have districts. Under the districts, we have locals. Now, some of your organizations, you might not have the regions and districts. You might go straight from the parent group down to the local. That's okay. Still, this stuff still applies to you. So at the parent group level, we've got group users. At the region level, we've got region users. At the district level, we've got district users. And at the local level, we have the officers for the local group that are also users of the system. And all of these have different permissions for data management. And the major separator between them is that some of them are read-write and some of them are read-only. Some of them can read and write data at one level, but only read at another. And I'm not going to go into all those subtle nuances in this, just going to give you the kind of that 30,000 foot overview so you can understand what the different roles are. So at the group level, we have three primary different roles, and that's the admin, the read-write, and the read-only. And pretty much the admin, that's a person who can manage the management of the system, like who has permissions, who has user accounts, configure different things that configure the system, not your data. The read-write person, that's a person that actually manages the data at the group level, but also can manage data at the district, the region, and the local level. So basically, a read-write person can read and write pretty much everything in the system. Then we have read-only users, and that is, frankly, a lot of our group level users are just read-only. They're there for the information that's there, and they have visibility at the group level, the region, the district, and the local level. They can see that data. Then we've got our region and district level users, and again, kind of split into two buckets, read-write or read-only. That's basically what they get. Even when they have read-write, they can't change the officers at that level. That's done by the parent group. There's some limitations to what they can do, but they have some read-write abilities. Most of our district users today are read-only, but it is growing amongst our organizations that they do have more users at this level who have read-write permissions. Then at the local level, and this is where most of our users are, we have a little bit more subtle. It isn't just read-write. We have secretary users, and that's the person who maintains the records for the local group. Assistant secretaries, those are people that are helping the secretary maintain those records. And then we have read-only users, and those might be other officers of the organization who need access to the data, but they don't necessarily need to be able to have read-write access to everything that's in the database. So just a little recap here. Just remember that structure that we've got. We have the parent group, region groups, districts, and locals. And at each level, we have users for those given levels that have specific permissions for them based upon what level they are, what type of user they are, what office they hold. And remember, some of these permissions are automatic. So let's say that you are a district officer. You will probably automatically get either read-write or read-only based upon what office you have. If you're an officer at your local level, same thing. If you're the secretary, you're going to have read-write. If, let's say, you're the presiding officer of your local, you're probably going to have read-only access to the system. And that's basically how the system is set up. And stick with us. We're going to have some more installments in this onboarding process. So that's what I've got for today. And if you have any questions about that, remember there's always the help button in the lower right-hand corner if you have any questions.